We've seen good response. Just purely in terms of usage, we've seen over 1 million seats offered on our platform in the first 12 odd months in India. And we've also seen people become our members from about 700 cities in India. So it tells us that there is good appetite for a service like this. One, people are traveling on BlaBlaCar from one big city to another big city, Mumbai, Pune, for example. But not only that, people are traveling on BlaBlaCar from a big city to a small city. So we see a lot of people, for example, doing Bangalore to Salem, for example. And essentially, given that public transport is not adequate in India, getting a train ticket last minute is still very difficult. We see, BlaBlaCar filling up that adequacy, lack of adequacy of public transport. Our focus is long distance. What that means is in India, we see people doing either on the shorter side, a 1 hour trip. So this could mean a Gurgaon, Noida, for example. And on the longer side, we see people doing 10-hour trips. So I've seen people doing Bangalore, Hyderabad quite frequently on BlaBlaCar. And our focus will continue to stay that. So essentially the focus is on two areas. One, have our product and our service more and more relevant to our users and our community in India. So, clearly trust and safety is a critical element of all of this. Before people start using BlaBlaCar, they probably have two questions in their mind. Is this going to be safe for me, and is it going to be pleasant for me? And one of the things we did earlier this year is we started asking our member to also give us a copy of their ID, which we verify with the government database. And it helps continue to build on the trusted community. Going forward, we will launch additional services which are relevant for our members. We have a number of these services like additional insurance, additional roadside assistance in our other markets, and we'll study what's relevant in India, and then we'll launch these services going forward as well. I really think what we're doing is, focusing on enabling people to travel, comfortably, conveniently at a cheaper cost. It's very early to be thinking about competition because what we've launched is actually quite new. A lot of people, most people, I personally had not traveled with another person in their car before we launched BlaBlaCar in India. So I think what we're creating is really new. It's about building a new marketplace, creating a community. It's very early to be thinking about competition and market share. I think there's tons of opportunity in the market.